I can help somebody else, because that's been in my background, why not? I've got no problem with that. I know if I'm going to get it, at least I know it.
Pete Mitchell is doing what he can to fight a disease that took his father's life nearly 20 years ago.
He's volunteered for a study to try to find a way to prevent Alzheimer's disease. The Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin is here now with his story.
And Sine and Tom, that study that he's part of is called the Generation Program, and it's a study for people who don't have any memory problems, but they carry a gene that could raise their risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. And Mitchell hopes the disease will give him and researchers some answers.
This is what we do.
Pete Mitchell is hoping a cheek swab can help him get ahead of a disease that has shadowed his family for decades.
It really makes you feel like you're doing something on something where your hands are so tied that you just don't know what else to do.
Go get it.
The 62-year-old Marietta special effects producer is part of an Alzheimer's prevention trial known as the Generation Program.
This was something very close to my heart. My father had Alzheimer's and died in August of 1999.
When Mitchell's father was diagnosed, he had few treatment options. But Mitchell was the perfect fit for a study headed up locally by neurostudies neurologist Dr. Marshall Nash. He's between 60 and 75 and has no history of memory problems. But the DNA swab could reveal that Mitchell carries a hidden risk factor for Alzheimer's disease.
The cheek swab itself looks for a gene called ApoE4.
Mitchell doesn't yet know if he carries the gene, but if he does, he'll get blood work and other tests to rule out other causes of memory impairment, then undergo a PET scan of his brain to see if he has abnormally high levels of amyloid, a protein that plays a part in Alzheimer's.
Everyone over age 50 has a little bit of this amyloid, so we're really looking for people who've been storing it in excess.
And volunteers with abnormal PET scans will be randomly assigned either an investigational drug to block the amyloid protein buildup or a placebo.
Right now, the drugs that we have that slow down Alzheimer's disease by taking out the amyloid plaque slow it down by 30 to 50%. But patients are still getting worse. So the milder the patient is, or if we treat someone who's normal to start with, we may be able to block them from ever developing dementia, and that's what the goal is.
Pete Mitchell says he is at peace with whatever the Generation Program study reveals, because this is his way of taking back control.
It's a matter of being able to do something about Alzheimer's.
And this trial runs for between 5 to 8 years, and you can read more about the Generation Program. We're going to post a link on fox5atlanta.com. Just look for the health tab. Tom and Sine?
Something so many families are dealing with.
Yes.
Beth, thanks.